think you made a very smart move with the new haircut with this weather today, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Try to shave some years off. You know what I mean?
12 o'clock practice. When you heard your first minicamp practice at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, what was that reaction?
I mean, I'm all for it. You know, I'm born and raised there, so I think it's all a part of the experience. You know what I mean?
What's it like going into you're 13 now?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I got a good outlook on it. Obviously it's a different scheme system, so some learning involved there. But I'm happy to be here.
How'd you spend your off season?
Just with the kids, my pops. That's pretty much it.
You're still a very young man.
I hope so.
But how do you keep, at this stage of your career, how do you stay at top level off season?
I mean, you just find the time to kind of unwind, let go, and then you just got to realize when it's time to kick it back in gear. But for me, man, my off seasons it's much different than year 5, year 6, where I'm kind of focused on myself. I'm going into year 13. I got 4 kids, so a lot of that focus is on them. You know what I mean? So that's probably like the biggest difference and change.
How do you feel about this new movement, this new head coach, this whole thing?
I mean, I played against him when he was a head coach in Kansas City. When he was in Chargers and I was with Kansas City. I always thought his defenses, they played hard. They moved around a lot. Even from like the back end perspective, I always felt like his safeties were involved, in the game. And so they play a lot of top down. You could go watch Derwin James film, a couple other guys film. So I think that's exciting.
What's it been like having more guys from Louisiana, from Baton Rouge and New Orleans on the team?
I mean, it's cool. I guess, it's just more people to kind of pick at and see where to go, where not to go, what to eat, what not to eat. So it's fun, though, man. A lot of these guys, we all grew up, watching each other. You know what I mean? So to see all of us kind of to come here, you want to do something good. You want to do something positive. So you want to win. I think that's really the only focus.
Foster said last week that aspect of it could make you guys different and special. Do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it hasn't gone our way, the last few years. I don't think anybody's picking us to do anything this year. And, if we could find a way to kind of come together. And two, man, like have fun. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we had nearly as much fun as we should have had, the last couple of years. And I think some people overlook it, but I think that's a big part of, winning, losing, culture, et cetera.
What about Justin Reed, the two of you back there?
Yeah, I mean, Justin is Justin. Obviously I played when he was a young buck with Houston, and, I've watched his career kind of grow and grow into the person, the player that he is. He's a vocal leader. He's a guy that's going to put his hat on the ball. He's going to try his best to make sure everybody understands, what's going on. So I think the more dudes you have like that, I think the better defense you'll play.
Tyrann, the decision to work with them to stay here after the way the last couple of years went, like why is it important for you to specifically be here?
I mean, it's much bigger than me. I probably could have went somewhere else and did something else, but I think for me, man, it's all about my community and my family, and just trying to pour into that, as much as I can. So I think, outside of the football, I think a big reason why I'm here is, community.
How do you think the rest of the veterans kind of responded to this new coaching staff with Kellen Moore taking charge?
Change is good sometimes, sometimes. So I think everybody's excited. You know what I mean? People watched him, from afar, throughout the league, and when he was in Dallas, it was one of the highest scoring offenses, and obviously when he went to Philadelphia, Philadelphia was kind of struggling offensively for a minute, and then he came, and then he went back to the bowl. So I do think he has some type of impact on the team, and he played the quarterback position, so he knows ball, and I think that's a good perspective to have because it is an offensive league,